Hi everyone. So we are going to prep our yarn for dyeing, which is super exciting. This yarn has come in a hank or a skein, loosely wrapped. So that's, the definition of a skein. If you find the spot where this piece kind of goes into a loop, pull that out and then untwist your skein. You'll find that there is already a red cord tie running through your skein. As long as you have all of your threads kind of aligned in a circle and you don't have one from what should be like over here down at the bottom, you don't want any hanging strings, then you'll be good. Your next step is to add extra ties. Since we are going through a process of flipping this and moving it around, we want it to move as little as possible. So those extra ties are going to help us. I'm going to show you next how to do that. Okay, when adding your extra ties, you are going to be working in areas between ties that are already there with string that you have on hand. So it could be part of your mini skein, or sewing thread actually would be better, but you're just going to cut a small piece. And then in that opening, that space between two ties, you're going to split this in half. Wrap some of the string around. So I went underneath some of it. Now I'm going to make like a figure 8. I'm going to go over this and under that so that it crosses right here in the middle. That's going to keep these two areas separate. Now I'm going to loosely tie it. And make sure that knot is nice and tight. Okay, so that's one tie. I need to add 2 more. So this is a really long space here. I'm going to add one here. Your knot needs to be really tight, but the loop should not be. So I should be able to get my fingers in that loop between my yarn and my tie. So now I'm going to do one more. All right, now that is done. So what I'm going to do now is just loosely loop it. And this will go into my dye pot with some vinegar to be prepped for dyeing. That'll be the next step, and I'll show you that in just a second.
If you are coming to school, bring the yarn to my room before block 1 and I can do the next step for you, but it must be tied properly. So you need to put your yarn in a container and fill it up with vinegar until that vinegar has completely saturated your yarn. So you might need to push it down. Those of you who are coming to school, I'll do this for you. Look at that crazy kooky face. So your yarn has to sit in vinegar for at least 10 minutes. So those of you who are at home, make sure that you do this ahead of time. If you do it in the morning, it's not going to hurt your yarn because you'll probably just have it sitting in there for an hour. But this is something that you absolutely need to do before class starts. So 10 minutes before class starts, make sure that you soak your yarn in vinegar for at least 10 minutes.